Good morning, Free Light community. This is Ellen Wright, and I am here with you. I am really excited to be here today, and I'm really excited to talk about this subject because this has been something that I have been thinking about for a long time, and I finally got it. So I wanted to share with you the concept of being a cup with a hole in it. A cup with a hole in it. Now, before I give you a visual demonstration, I want to tell you and describe for you a little bit about what people who are cups with holes in it may behave like. So they may say things like, if this person truly loves me, they're going to make me happy. If this person truly loves me, then they're going to buy me things. If this person truly loves me, they're going to spend all of their waking hours with me. If this person truly loves me, then they're not going to talk to other people. If this person truly loves me, then they know that I am most important. Being a cup with a hole in it is wanting to constantly be filled up by external circumstances. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be your job. You're expecting your worthiness to come from the outside. So here's my demonstration. Here's a cup, and here's whatever that other circumstance is, okay? So what happens is, if you're a cup with a hole in it, what is inside, what is being poured in, is constantly going to come out. Constantly. Because it is creating an experience that there is not enough. There's not enough. And so people with cups with holes maybe feel insecure, they need validation, and they need evidence of their worthiness from other people. Now here's the good news. A lot of people are cups with holes in it, so you're not alone. And if you were drawn here and this message resonates with you and you haven't already shut me off, I'm going to tell you something about being a cup with a hole in it. First off, or several holes. First off, where do we get the holes? We get the holes from experiences maybe growing up, from our parents, our teachers, the community at large, social media, popular media, all sorts of different ways of making us think that we are less than what we truly are, and that there is something inherently wrong with us. And so really, the holes are false beliefs. They're false beliefs. And so we were all born here, and we were all born here whole. A whole cup. A whole cup. Babies never question their worth. Babies never say, I don't think I'm worth that bottle. I don't think I'm worth that bottle. They need some assistance. They need to have people bring them things because they can't physically get them themselves, but they don't ever reject love or say that whatever someone else is doing is not enough. So, over time, we develop these false beliefs. We develop these situations where we think that we are not worthy of our own love. And then we start to believe that the love we're getting from someone else has to constantly fill us because we can't contain it, because it keeps leaking out. So, how do you repair the holes? First, you have to find them. You have to find where they are, and that's awareness. So when you're aware that you have holes, that you have false beliefs that are keeping you from really being able to contain your worthiness, to contain your own love and the love from God, source, whatever you want to call it, once you figure out that you have holes, then it is your responsibility to start healing them. Now, healing them it can be fun. It doesn't have to be bad. It can be like a journey of exploration. I kind of liken it to being an explorer in your mind and in your body with a flashlight. You start to really look in the dark corners and say, I wonder what's there. I wonder what's there. I wonder how that got created. And as soon as you flash the light on them, as soon as you bring your consciousness to it, oftentimes it's healed. It's healed. Because you acknowledge that and you accept it. Now, some people do, they're so addicted to having holes and creating more holes that they might, once they find a hole, start to make the hole bigger. And they do that through criticism, judgment of themselves. And so if you know that about yourself, if you know that once someone points out something about you that maybe is a tender subject, then you might want to seek some professional help in making sure that you can actually heal the holes in the most compassionate way possible. Because sometimes all of us, we're conditioned with judgments and criticism to, instead of bringing light and allowing awareness to be there, we start to really get into judging it and criticizing it and picking it apart and perseverating over it, just getting into the muck and all of that. And we don't want to do that. You don't want to spend a lot of time digging into it and digging it up. You just want to see it for what it is and realize that it is a false belief. And so I'll spend some more time in other videos talking about false beliefs and what are some of them, so that maybe you can have an idea about what are some of the most common false beliefs. But sometimes you are also granted messengers. People, maybe your friends, maybe your family members, maybe a love relationship, maybe your children. They allow you to see the holes yourself. So, here's a good example of this. This is the light of consciousness. And you can start to see where the holes are. You can start to see. And those people are gifts. Even sometimes bad relationships can be a way for you to become more aware of where your holes are, where you're needy, where you feel like, if this person would just call me, my whole day would be made. I want you to be free of that. I want you to know and to have your own worthiness within yourself so that you can be whole. And once you are whole, you can attract other people who are whole. And then you can share your wholeness together. So again, it's nothing wrong. Just is what it is. We all get holes. We all get holes. And what you need to remember is that in the process of healing the holes, awareness is key. So the second piece that you might want to do is you might want to be easy with yourself. So if you keep seeing very similar holes, say, okay, that's what that is, and it's okay. It's okay. And that's where you need to lean on the people who maybe have been in the process of healing themselves, who are already healed and are whole, to kind of rely sometimes on their feeling of self-containment and self-love. It's not arrogant to love yourself. You're not self-centered for loving yourself. It is actually one of the best things you can do, because when you are full, you can contribute to the world. You can truly share with the world. And from a place of not wanting someone to do something for you out of need or obligation or dependency. They want to do it because they want to do it. They want to be with you because they want to be with you, not because you two are kind of in an addictive relationship. If you give me this, I'll give you this. If you make me feel happy today, I'll make you feel happy tomorrow. And then in that situation, one person will one day say, but I don't want to make you feel happy today. And then what do you do? What do you do? You start to feel empty. You start to feel lost. You start to feel sad. And it's not because of the other person. It's because you are starting to feel your own level of disconnection from your own internal self and from God, source, the universe, again, whatever you want to call it. So, being whole is fun. Because being whole, and this is a whole cup, being whole is being able to be filled up by yourself, by God, and to contain all of this lovely joy and happiness. So you can create your own day. You can create what you want because you are filled up with spirit and with the light of your own consciousness. And then, luckily, sometimes you have people who will come around the other and they'll be filled up too. And you two can both share from your overflow. Can both share from your overflow. And that sharing is when true miracles can happen. Because then you have two whole people who are not worried about trying to please the other, trying to make the other feel good, or trying to save the other person. They're there because they want to be there, because they want to share, because they want to create, they want to be able to enjoy new ideas with you. And you will feel amazing because you'll know that even if the other person is sick one day and they're like, I don't feel like doing whatever with you, or let's say they're out in the world someplace else, you know that you're okay. You know that you're okay. The situation here, being a cup with a hole in it, you're always going to be looking to someone else. And that is not a state of freedom. That is not a state of freedom because you are dependent on someone else for your happiness. And again, I'm saying someone else because that's the easiest analogy, but it could be anything. It could be your job. You know, if you lose your job, you say to yourself, who am I? I'm not anything anymore, because you've put your identity, your happiness, your wholeness in something that is outside of yourself. When your kids grow up and leave the nest and they decide that they're going to go off onto their own world and do whatever they want, you're going to be a cup with a hole in it. You're going to be left asking yourself, who am I? Because you've been expecting them to fill your cup. So don't feel bad if you've been a cup with a hole in it. I was a cup with a hole in it for a long time. A long time. And there's still some holes that I have that I'm repairing. It never gets all done. It is a process. So be easy with yourself. Have a wonderful day. Be free. Be light. Free light. Bye.